All right.
You can glare on that guitar. Watch the glass. See that? No, I guess it's alright. Keep it like that.
Oh, we're live. People are watching. Hey out there. Should we play us in?
Well, maybe we should tune. How about the?
What is it? Oh, she can't watch it at the same time. Hi, Craig. Hi, Billy.
I
You can see him.
I'm so glad I can't see what it means.
It's all right. Let's see, we got about 4 more minutes.
Welcome to our home concert. This is my living room.
Want to play another little tune?
Craig says,
Why don't you just go ahead?
Alright.
You don't need the.
That was Sally Gooden. All right, so we are here in Easton, Connecticut, at the home of Dan and Kimberly Fox. Say hi, Kimberly.
my mom's watching from right behind me.
And we are so excited to be here. hosted by Show Shepherd. And let's see, we've still got a couple of minutes before people start tuning in. This is so cool. I've never done
Oh
anything
my
like
gosh,
this
let me
before.
see how many people are.
Yeah, it's right there. That number there.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Somebody, can you hear everything okay? Somebody say
Yeah,
something there.
it
It sounds pretty good.
doesn't
Okay. Oh, this is great.
So cool.
All right. We're live in 1 minute.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
That I felt like when we were practicing, I don't feel like your elbow was kind of coming my way.
No, we're good.
You don't need to wear shoes at
That's right. You
in
can
an
perform in your
at-home
socks.
concert.
Oh, nobody
Douglas
told
is
me
not wearing
that.
shoes.
I didn't know that shoes were optional.
I wear
All right, here we go. 7 o'clock. I was born back in the mountain. Not a nickel to my name. But when I start to fiddle, it'll put them all to shame. I'm so worn and weary from living for sin. I'll go to town, turn it around, and they hear me fiddling. So I can play this fiddle, I play it fancy free. See the devil in hell can fiddle it well, but he ain't got nothing on me. Mama named me Johnny, Daddy called me John. The day they died, I never cried, I knew I'd travel on. I've been living lonesome, run ragged through the pine. But when I find a pretty little lady, I'm bound to make her mine. I can play this fiddle, I play it fancy free. So the devil in hell can fiddle as well, but he ain't got nothing on me. When I head down the mountain, you won't see me again. But down the road, you'll hear my name, 'cause I know I was born to win. Down the road, I gotta get on down. Down the road, I gotta get on down. Bring me up my fiddle and rousing up the bow. The hell break loose in Georgia, and down the road I go. Down the road, I gotta get on down. Down the road, I gotta get on down the road. I can play this fiddle, I play fancy breeze. The devil in hell can fiddle as well, but he ain't got nothing on me. Woo! Yeah! Hi, hey everybody, I'm Douglas Waterbury-Tieman, and this is...
I'm Annabelle Fox.
Dan Fox.
And
Dad.
tonight we are the Fiddler and the Foxes. And we
Uh-huh.
are so excited to be bringing you some songs from Johnny and the Devil's Box right into your homes. This is quite a crazy time that we're living through right now. And I am personally so just honored and excited to be able to be part of this new wave of performance opportunities hosted by Show Shepherd to bring new, exciting, hopefully, musical theater right to your news feed, right to your home.
Right to your living room.
Exactly. So, as I said, tonight we're going to be performing some selections from Johnny and the Devil's Box, which is a musical that I have written book music and lyrics to. It's about a young man named Johnny Baker, and he's a fiddle player from North Georgia whose boasting and slick fiddle licks attract the attention of a foe, of the devil himself, who also happens to be a fiddle player. So the devil shows up with a plan for Johnny's destruction, and he goes down the road a little ways. He goes to Nashville. He meets a lot of new folks, and eventually winds up face to face with the devil himself in an epic showdown of the bows. And so this is the song that the devil sings the first time that he hears about Johnny. You heard in the last song, it says, "The devil in hell may fiddle it well, but he ain't got nothing on me." And when we hear that, the devil appears. And so after that song, he sings this. This is The Devil's Dream. I wake up each night from a beautiful dream, back to the time when the music I made was part of a band that was part of a plan. Now this nightmare I wake to enshrouds me. 1, 2, 3. That boy who plays his fiddle, he plays it all too well. He makes a mockery of me, so I will send him straight to hell. No, I will not abide it. No, I will not let it stand. I'll tempt him and I test him till I make you understand that I play. Yeah, I still play this fiddle to persuade you of my dear and risen day. As you pay, yes, you will pay. In your image she may be, but I will play the soul for me. Music is made when the fiddle is played, by pulling a sound from the string. I'll play him the same and work in his brain until nothing but hatred is left there. And I play, I still play this fiddle to persuade you of my dear and risen day. And you play, yes, you play. In your image he may be, but I will play the soul for me. This boy could be the answer in my waking dream. If I can just keep watch your eyes, and it'll be my greatest scheme. Outdone with his opponents, destroy all he adores. I'll beat him and I'll best him till his music is no more. And then I'll play. And then he'll be mine, and I'll hold him right up in your face and say, look what he's done, what a dreadful disgrace. There ain't nothing here but some dust, dirt, and bone. Now ain't you sorry? Now don't you see? It was your own damn fault when you left me alone. Let me play, let me play, let me back in the band when the man goes astray. And you say, you'll finally say, in my image he may be, but Lou, come on back and play for me. That's amazing. This is my father-in-law, everybody, Dan Fox. He's picked up these tunes in record time.
Like 2 days.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. A little more than 10 minutes.
Just
Maybe a little more than that.
learned it today.
But Johnny, this story, it talks about just for yourself or just out of pride or to get attention, then that's not the best way to share your gifts. The most important way to share your gifts is to give them to other people and to use them to bring other people together. And I think that's something that we're finding to be more and more important at this day and age with everything that's going on. And I just can't wait until all of this is over and we can get outside and get together to make art and music together. But this next tune is called "You Gotta Play the Fiddle So the People Can Dance." And Dan here is actually going to sing it for us.
And play it.
And play it at the same time.
Both at the same time.
I heard him downstairs working on woodshedding it today, so I appreciate very much you learning it.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So here we go.
Can you count?
1, 2, 3, 4.
boy, here's a riddle. Why do folks call out for a fiddle? Well, they hurt you quite a little. 'Cause it ain't your style, it ain't your mix. All that comes with fiddlesticks. It ain't your trills, the fancy sticks. You gotta play the fiddle so the people can dance. Make music for the dancing, live life for the living. You make parades for either one, you won't know what you're missing. Oh, play a fiddle well, son, live life just the same. And be proud you play the music, not the game. Be proud you play the music, not the game. Son, my opinion, music is the gift of the giver. You ought to make your life a mission. There ain't no score to fill who's best. And when you're put up to the test, this is yours, it's in your hands. You gotta play the fiddle so the people can dance. I get it. Make music for dancing, live life for living. Make the race of either one, you won't know what you're missing. Oh, play your fiddle well, son, live life just the same. To be proud you play the music, not the game. And be proud you play the music, not the game. Lord, give that boy a little help on the journey. It seems to me it'll take more than mercy. He's got to learn there's a price when you hurry. Life's too short to go too fast, and what you win won't never last. Give him grace, and there's a chance he'll learn to play the fiddle so the people can dance.
Woo! You nailed it. That was fantastic. So that tune, one of the things I tried to do with writing this music is to highlight different types of folk music.
Mm-hmm.
And so that last one is more of what you would maybe consider like an old-timey piece. The chords are pretty straightforward. It's got this type of bowing, and that's the kind of bowing that you see in like old square dance fiddlers, because they play just all night long. And it's more about the rhythm than it is about any sort of fancy sort of fiddle playing. So that type of writing plays into how things are perceived, like dramaturgically, and what the different characters' musical stylings are. So that song, I don't know if I mentioned, is sung by Johnny's grandfather, trying to tell him, what he should be doing with his music instead of showing off. He should be doing it to get people to dance to, because square dancing is part of their heritage, part of their family lineage. So at that hoedown that they're on their way to, Johnny meets for the first time a young lady named Abigail, played by Annabelle.
Annabelle, Abigail. They're the same.
Well,
no,
they're not the same, but there's definitely the writing is on the wall with with the naming of the character. But anyway, this song, what would you say the main sort of search for Abigail is?
Ooh. Well, she's sort of like a bit of a caged soul, I would say. She sort of lived a very sheltered life. Her dad is very conservative, very strict, she's lived a very sheltered life. So I think she escapes her home. She gets a taste of something she's never felt before.
With the music.
With the music
she
and the
sings about
dancing
that,
and
right.
this joy and this livelihood. And I think that, she recognizes a sense of home in that, but she doesn't know why. And so she kind of goes on a journey through the song and also physically down.
Yeah, exactly. And she's following the song of a whippoorwill. And a whippoorwill is a bird that usually sings at night, but in this case it's singing during the daytime. So little magical realism for you. Yeah.
Wow.
I never knew that.
Oh, there you go. The more you know. So a whippoorwill sounds like this.
I was taught that the world is fraught with dangers and what's stranger still is how much I get wrong. But now I have heard your song and it lingers like fingers and fastening chains that we locked. And I don't even know what to say anymore. And I don't think I know how to play anymore. There's an ache in my soul I can stay anymore. I was told that when I grew older, I'd find a man of a kind to follow his style. And yet, though you only left for a minute, you opened a path and you fell to the side. And I don't know which way I should turn anymore. And I don't believe half what I heard anymore. I have never felt this kind of hurt before. Why am I missing I know that only you hear. I'm not bathing my soul was made for much more than life behind doors. Safe and sound and alone, my bones inside to roam. The horizon and rising Lord, my true love night. And I don't know which way I should turn anymore. And I don't believe I could have learned anymore. I have never felt this kind of hurt before. What am I missing?
So this next one is after Abigail finds Johnny. He's out working in the cornfields. That's all there is to do for him in the mountains. I was inspired by some of the old Johnny and June Cash sort of duets, where there's a lot of back and forth banter and jokes and kind of interesting relationship things. So I wrote this song inspired by that. It's called "Let Me Tell You," and it's sort of a, what do we call it?
Like a Johnny and June.
Yeah, lover's quarrel.
Lover's quarrel.
So I think it's a lot of fun. I hope you like it too. Let me tell you, honey, ain't as clever as you think.
Well, you know what, Johnny? I think your fiddle playing stinks. They love you, but you want to hear, but I cannot tell why.
Well, I'll just get on back back to work to bid you a fond goodbye.
Let me tell you, Johnny, you know nothing about.
Well, you know what, honey, I know you bring us to see. May not be what you want to hear, but I cannot tell a lie.
Nah, just go head back down the mountain. You can go ahead and die.
Let me tell you, honey, to try being sweeter for a start.
Don't you call me honey, I am not into retard. May not be what you want to hear, but I cannot tell a lie.
I can't believe that you just said
Well,
that.
I don't think you gotta lie. Oh,
Tell the truth, you really are annoying.
oh, to tell the truth, you look just like a clown.
Oh, tell the truth, I don't think I can stand it.
Well, perhaps it would be better if you took me lying down. This is where she pushes Johnny to the ground. Let me tell you, Johnny, just because we had a dance, we're not going steady.
Oh, you wouldn't have a chance. May not be what you want to hear, but I cannot tell a lie. Let me tell you, Abby, I ain't really all that bad.
Well, baby Johnny, up to now you've been a cat.
I swear I'm all that teasing and not tell another lie.
I agree and I'll forgive you, but to tell the truth,
Tell the truth,
to tell the truth,
there's a good chance I'll backslide. It's so nice having you here as an audience member.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks for the support.
It's so
Our
good singing
one
for
life.
people and not hearing, the people. But you're there. You're through the computer. So wanted to take a minute to thank Show Shepherd, Matt and Blair. I think they're curating the live chat a little bit. Thank you guys so much for inviting us to be here for this. And it's World Theater Day, which I had no idea until Blair told me. It's part of the shout out for the concert. So happy World Theater Day, everyone. Thanks for doing your part to support theater by being here. We have a social media handle, which is at The Fiddlin Project, TheFiddlin PROJECT. Yeah, sorry.
Oh my
It wasn't the spelling. I thought, I don't know. Anyway, you can check us out on Instagram. Also follow us on Facebook, and our website is johnnyandthedevilsbox.com. So we'd love for you to check out our materials. We've done a couple of concerts at Rockwood Music Hall in New York City. You can check those out. We have a music video on the
Johnny's
website.
Best.
Johnny's Best, the first tune that we played. If you all weren't here quite yet for that song, you can check it out there. And
Also, cheers, everyone. I told everyone on Instagram to get the drink.
oh, great, perfect. Cheers to you. Cheers to
Cheers to you and yours.
everyone who's home. We hope that you're home and safe and healthy, and we will see through this together. So
And music help.
Thank
music
God
and music
for
helps.
music.
Absolutely. Seriously. This next song is it's called "Last Day in the Corn," and it's what Johnny sings to himself when he is hard at work and wishing that he were at someplace else. I think it's probably something that a lot of people can attest to. But imagine this one: a young man out in the cornfield wishing he were playing out on the stage for crowds of people. My last day in the corn is a-comin'. I'll be running down the road heading far away. I leave right now, but the corn keeps growing and the weeds need a home, so we gotta stay. Old man says, son, you gotta be patient. Your frustrations and courage you must set aside. But I know that I can't keep waiting, cause the dream needs a chase to be satisfied. The cheering crowd rings in my ears, and I still hear them call my name. But here I stand in an old cornfield, and I can't stand it one more day. No, I can't stand it one more day. Someday soon I go down to the city. It's a pity I ain't there, but they'll have to wait. And when I do, everybody will listen to the master musician as I fascinate. The cheering crowd rings in my ears, and I still hear them call my name. But here I stand with an old cornfield, and I can't stand it one more day. No, I can't stand it one more day. When they hear me playing, when the whole world looks at me, they'll all say they've never seen one as fine as me. Oh, wonder when that day will be. My last day in the court isn't coming. There's a humming in the air blowing through the pine. It says, John, get the hell out of Georgia. If you're so sick of Georgia, gotta claim what is yours, cause there's a whole other for you. Leave the corn behind. Woo! Right. That's my favorite one to sing.
You sing it pretty well.
Oh, thanks. So this next tune is called The Change, and I was inspired by the idea of synesthesia, which is kind of random. But when you
What?
Synesthesia, it's when you experience. Synesthesia doesn't rhyme with anything, so I just referred to it sort of in other ways. But this tune is. My idea was that falling in love is like that. You start to see things differently. You start to hear things differently. And so when Abigail and Johnny begin to confess their love to each other, this is the song they sing. So this is The Change.
What color is this song?
Oh, I don't know. I'm colorblind. Yeah, the whole thing is
Probably yellow.
Right. This guitar's debut, right?
Yes. This guitar had a catastrophic, kind of a Humpty Dumpty fall.
Jeez.
And, right? And for a long time, I thought all the King's horses and all the best repairmen could not put this tailored together again. But I found, hey, that's not bad, right?
Yeah.
But a friend of a friend did it and made a miraculous recovery. And I'm so grateful to have this old guitar back. So
Yay, we're glad to have it.
We literally could not have done this concert without Dan here, because I don't play any chord instruments.
I don't like
So, here we are.
all right, ready? Here we go.
We're ready. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hear music when I look at you, like a lovely melody. And the moment I first saw you, it began to sing to me. And I'll never hear the same since my senses ring.
I feel something stirring when you play like I never felt before. And the way your music moves me keeps me coming back more. And I'll never feel the same since my senses
Completely, I've just come to my senses.
Maybe it's the prelude to a sad
I see clearer than I've ever seen when I hold your hand in mine. And I wonder what I missed before our fingers intertwine. I will never see the same since my senses rearranged. Now the world is not the same. All my senses rearranged. Oh, with you I'm not the same. But I think I like the change.
Love that one.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real pretty.
Thanks, Mom.
It's real good.
So, sort of watching the live chat as this goes on. This is fun.
My favorite. Oh,
Oh, thanks, Igor.
I hope we get to save the chat so we can like both.
Oh, yeah, you definitely can. I see Scott and Annika and Igor on there. Thank you all for being here, and special thanks to Scott for all the help with your music and the chord charts. You'd be proud of me. I went through and made lead sheets for all the songs.
It
I only got
like 10 hours.
It only took me 10 hours, and I only got a couple of chords wrong. But Dan was here to help me straighten that out. So, yes, well, I'll do some more thank yous later, but thank you to everyone who is here and who has supported the show on all of its meanderings down the road. We could not be here with these songs without you all. So thank you. This next one is called Whippoorwill. Annabelle's going to sing it. This song was inspired by tunes that sort of made country music great. I don't know if any of you have watched the country music documentary that came out recently.
I guess I wish you could hear her applauding.
Thanks.
I'm so glad.
It's okay. I'll read it to you.
Sorry, cut you off.
Thank you. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So some of the songs that made country music great by the Carter family and Jimmy Rogers. They're simple songs, but they have a lot of heart, and they and so I wrote this song called Whippoorwill. If you haven't noticed, whippoorwills are sort of
It's like a theme.
It's like a theme.
It's like an
a
underlying
symbol.
theme.
Maybe there are too many
symbol.
references to the symbol. I don't know. But this is called Whippoorwill. And you can imagine this one being sung by a country music star. Her name is Adele Carson on stage at the Grand Ole Opry, the Ryman Auditorium. And so, ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah, you're ready.
She probably had like big hair.
Yeah, big hair.
Had big hair.
Yeah, that's
hair.
that's a stage direction actually.
Yeah, right.
Imagine
This
Dolly
kind-
Parton.
Yeah, Dolly Parton.
Canada?
Yeah. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whippoorwill, whippoorwill, sing it down. Whippoorwill, my love returns to me. I can hear the little whippoorwill crying, crying out her lonesome melody. Lying awake all through the night, but then coming back to make me cry. Darling, why did you come for me? Whippoorwill, 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 sing it down. Whippoorwill, my love returns to me. Since the day you left here out of Green Bay, wondering just where you would turn. Every time I turn around, but try to never to me now. Just the sound of a little lonely song. Whippoorwill, whippoorwill, Darling, why did you prove false to me? Oh, beautiful. Thanks, Mom.
The Peanut Gallery. Thank you. So Johnny's dream is to. Anything to respond to?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
So sweet. This is so cool. It's like you all are here with us in our living room here in Easton, Connecticut.
45 of you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Johnny's dream is, of course, to perform at the Grand Ole Opry, and so he ends up being thrown out of the Opry, having his dreams dashed. All the while, the devil is sort of at every turn leading him along down this road of troubles, and he's on a street corner singing, sort of, to nobody, busking, like you might say, and we were in Nashville back in November, and in the script I had put that he would be standing at the corner of 2nd and Broadway, and we walked down Broadway, and I looked over right at that spot. I didn't realize this, or maybe subconsciously I knew it, but the name of the bar that's there is called Rock Bottom. So anyway, this song is from Rock Bottom. Lonely, Lost, Fiddlin' Fool. Oh, hear my fiddle, she's crying tonight, telling me all I done wrong. I left my home, I lost my love, I'm a lonely, lost fiddling fool. Lonely, lost fiddling fool. There's nothing for me left to lose. My fiddle, she's low, but not low as me. I'm a lonely, lost fiddle and fool. Came to the city on a first-class steam train. My fiddle, my talent, sure of solid gold fame. I've been dragged through the mud, left with nothing but shame. I'm a lonely, lost fiddle and why did I leave her? Why did I go? What was I thinking and how did she know? I meant for the city, Lord, I feel so alone. I'm a lonely, lost fiddle and lost fiddle. There's nothing for me left to lose. My fiddle is low, but not low as me. I'm a lonely, lost fiddle and I abandoned my pappy to the shackles and chains. Now he lies sleeping alone in his grave. Now I wish that I'd listened, how I wish I had stayed. I'm a lonely, lost fiddle and lonely, lost fiddle and there's nothing for me left to lose. My fiddle, she's low, not low as me. I'm a lonely, lost fiddle and I'm a lonely dunce, being rotten that all through worthless, lost fiddle and oh, just awful. Just
Rock
rock bottom. So once again, we are here because of Show Shepherd. What?
Let's just go through some of these.
Oh, all right. What are people asking?
Somebody said it was crazy about it.
Oh,
really?
yeah, it will. It's gonna probably do that.
Are you taking donations?
Hi, Diane. Hi, everybody. Lined up right now. You know, so much of what's going on in our world is so up in the air, and there's so many people that I truly believe need our help and support at this really important juncture in our world's history. But if you are so inclined and would like to help out the project, there is a way you can help out monetarily through the Show Shepherd website, and that will go to our future projects. Have some ideas of brewing.
Let's see, Aaron.
Yeah, we miss all
Do
you
you want me
guys.
to sing that?
Oh, sure, you can sing. Okay. You know where it comes in? Okay, great. So we've got a couple more tunes for you, and one of the things in Abigail's story that she feels like she's missing, that she's lacking in her life. Oh, I just spilled my water.
No.
Is
Only
It's
water.
just water.
is a relationship with her mother, and she and her father, because of economic depression, actually have returned to this hometown, the small town where Abigail's mother grew up, and Abigail doesn't know any of the story, of the backstory of her mother, and that she was also a dancer, and that's why Abigail also loves to dance and why she's drawn to the music. So there's a character who lays it all out for her, who tells her the story.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
Big spoiler, Douglas.
So
I
this-
can't believe you just
okay.
gave it away.
Oh my gosh, it's okay.
You'll still have to come to the show,
Yeah,
okay?
But this is the ballad of Maggie Cheney. That's the name of her mother, and it's written as a mountain ballad a cappella. So it would usually be sung by a woman's register, but I'm going to sing it today because it's a lot of words, and I didn't want to ask anybody else to do it.
Do you want to just say that? You do it. Bye.
Okay. Once there was a maiden fair who danced upon the mountain air. She twirled and swirled and kicked her heels, and her name was Maggie Cheney. And she danced like you've never seen, 'cause she danced like nobody could. When she took to turning, then stopped the world would and revolve instead round Maggie Jean. I don't want diamonds and I don't want gold. The music's more precious than riches untold. I'll dance when I want to, and so she would sing, the beautiful Maggie Jean. Then one day a young man came, climbed the hills his wealth to claim. He searched and searched and found no gold, but he found Maggie Cheney. I don't want diamonds and I don't want gold. The music's more precious than riches untold. I'll dance when I want to, and so she would sing, the beautiful Maggie Jean. So in love those young'uns fell, that early spring saw Maggie swell. They wed and dread grew in his soul. Was he worth Maggie Jean? For she danced like you've never seen. Oh, she danced like nobody could. When she took to turning, then stopped the world would and revolve instead round Maggie Jean. I don't want diamonds and I don't want gold. Our love is more precious than riches untold. We'll dance when we want to, and so she would sing, the beautiful Maggie Jean. He took his young bride from the hills, swore he'd make her wealthy still. He worked and left alone the homesick Maggie Jean. So she danced like you've never seen. She danced like nobody could. When she took to turning, then stopped the world would and revolve instead. As you grew inside, Maggie Jean. And when you came into this world, Maggie up to heaven twirled. He cried and blamed it all on dancing with Maggie Jean. I don't want diamonds and I don't want gold. The music's more precious than riches untold. We'll dance when I want to, and so you will sing like your mama Maggie Jean. When like your mama Maggie Jean. Annabelle, you probably should have helped me with the end. Anyway, that's the story of Maggie Jean. So then we get a little bit of insight into.
We did such a job.
Yeah.
One-man show.
One-man show. I love those old mountain ballads because they tell a story through music, and some of them would even tell the news from one town to another.
Minstrel.
Like minstrels, yeah. So we've got just one more song to do, but before we do that, what?
Scott.
Before we do that, we want to thank Scott Wasserman. Thank you, Scott, for all your help with music. Jen Jankashay is our choreographer. I'm not sure if she's watching or not, but thank you, Jen. Annika Chapin, our dramaturg, and Igor Golden for all of your help. Good Steve and Donaldin and everyone. We are just so happy that everyone has brought us into the world through all sorts of opportunities, and we are just so happy to be here. Want to say a special thank you, of course, to Show Shepherd and to Paul Seabold for helping to spread the word about these concert series. The next show is Speak What We Feel by James Patrick Nelson, and that'll be on at 8:30 in about half an hour. So you all can, after this, take a little break and then tune in to see James Patrick as he sings his stuff. And once again, we are at the Fiddlin' Project on Instagram and Facebook, and you can check out our website, johnnythedevilsbox.com. I'd also like to thank my family, of course, Annabelle, my wife, Dan, my father-in-law, Kimberly, where did she go?
Kimber!
She's getting supper ready.
Our producer.
Dinner after this. Yes, our producer.
Also, our live-in chef.
Our live-in chef. Sure, you can come say. You can
This is
come,
my
of
mom.
course. Come say hello.
This is my mom.
We have are so lucky to be able to be here in Connecticut, and
We're also coordinated.
yeah, we're all blue, and we sort of pieced out from New York City for a little while as things are happening, but our hearts and minds are with them. It's a crazy time out there, but we're going to keep singing, and there's going to be lots more music to make when everything gets a little more back to normal. And
My mom is wine ready. Everyone needs to know that.
she does.
Just in
Just like a real concert.
And
You gotta
if there are any questions that anybody has, I should say you can add them in right here.
want me to be the reader?
Yeah, why don't
Okay.
you read it?
I'll do it. Okay. Don't think there's any questions. If anyone has any questions,
Yeah, shoot them our way.
send them
to the Fiddlin' Project
over.
or over at Facebook or
Like any fun
yeah.
facts you want to know about the development of
I'm sure
peace.
Brian and Matt will.
Douglas's favorite animal.
Yeah, anything you want to know. Also, thank you to my family who are home in Kentucky
Love you.
and Ohio, and so glad you all are able to tune in. We miss you all. This music is for you guys and for the whole musical family out there, all lovers of country music. Oh wait, how long have you been working on this show? Oh,
You
thanks.
see that? I'm realizing I need glasses.
I may be colorblind, but I guess I have pretty good vision. I've been working on the show since about 2014. It's taken a lot of iterations, and so that's since 2014. Show skill set for the spring. Show was postponed for a little while. I think we all need to sort of sit back and figure out what we're all going to be doing next. And the most important thing we can do during that time is just keep our loved ones close and make music for each other and continue to believe in the power of the arts and music, dancing, all the things that make us human and can bring us together during times of hardship. So we're taking one day at a time right now, and I hope you all are doing the same. So that leads us into the final song, which is called "That Glorious Song." And oh, Kimberly likes that one.
What was the first song you wrote, Douglas?
The first song I wrote was
From In This Show?
in this show was actually in the prologue. There's a section where it sort of lays out how the world came into being. And the world came into being through music. And God is a banjo player, and he sings this song. I'm picking the sun up in the morning, picking the moon up in the night. I'm picking the stars and all their glory, Lord, you let them back to the light. Picking the bees to fill the forest, picking the birds up in the sky, picking the oceans wide and stormy. I said, Lordy, now it's all right. I think that's the song I wrote.
Did you do that by you?
He's a man of many talents.
He's heard this
Just
a lot.
lucky.
It is. It's in G. But so anyway, thank you for your questions. We're running sort of out of time here, so maybe we'll take a few more after this last time. But this is That Glorious Song, and usually what I say when we're in concert is that everyone in the audience should sing. So I won't necessarily ask you to sing along at your homes, but if you are so inclined, feel free to do so. The words are, when I hear that glorious song, when I hear that glorious song, I'll spread my wings and start to sing when I hear that glorious song. It's on the chorus, you'll get it.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
I'm singing along.
Ready? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. When all the world has passed away, I am called on mine. I know when I reach heaven's gates that I shall hear the song. When I hear that glorious song, when I hear that glorious song, I'll spread my wings and start to sing. When I hear that glorious song, before the world began to be, and all the land was dark, that still small voice began to sing and ring out loud that the song. When I hear that glorious song, when I hear that glorious song, I'll spread my wings and start to sing. When I hear that glorious song, and when the world is far too bleak and seems the end is nigh, still your heart and lend your ear, and you shall hear that the song. When I hear that glorious song, when I hear that glorious song, I spread my wings and start to sing. When I hear that glorious song, when I hear that glorious song, everybody. When I hear that glorious song, I spread my wings and start to sing. When I hear that glorious song, oh, I'll spread my wings and start to sing. When I hear that glorious song. Thank you, everybody. While we're singing out there along with us. And keep singing that glorious song, no matter where you are, and no matter what you happen to be doing. We'll get through this together. I'm so grateful to Show Shepherd and all the folks out there for watching. Thank you for being here. This video will be saved on the Fiddlin' Project's YouTube page. So you can send the link to folks that you would like to see it or you think would enjoy it. And we'll hope to see you all very soon on the other side of this. Please stay safe, be healthy, keep your loved ones close as possible. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Guys, say goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.